Hi everyone, welcome back to Ships at Sea. So today we're going to go out longline fishing again. Hopefully there's been a couple of patches, so I've had a run through. It looks like they've improved the crew fitting. So yeah, we'll go out and do some longline fishing. I did replace one of my crew members to give a little bit of a variety. Having the twins looked a bit daft. So let's get underway. So the plan is today we're going to head out a little bit further where a bit more open sea. We'll head out there. I have got shrimp for cod, but I don't think it really matters for bait at the moment, so I'm just going to take what I've got out there. I've got 20 buckets, 1,000 hooks, and as it stands at the moment, I'm not sure, but I think, yeah, you still can't move a fishing knife to the boat, so I'm going to put the bait in the boat and see if that works. I'll leave a knife in the company, and we've got the 1,000, yeah, the 20 buckets there. We'll just set up the route and then get the ship onto autopilot. That gets close enough. And then with the crew, just assign them to their workstation. And what I'll initially do is just get them to bait the hooks with the shrimp. Have a look if they're gonna. Yep, so you can see they're already doing that job, and with the animation, which is great. We'll only bait the buckets as needed, and then once we're there, I will run through all of the procedure, all the jobs they can do. What I might not do though is I might not always have them doing every job, because what I've noticed is when a NPC hooks a fish, as soon as that production, the bleed bucket is full up, they will then spend time transferring that one fish before going back to hook the other fish. And sometimes that can slow things down. They might miss hooking a fish, but it's no big thing. But I might just get them to do specific jobs like hooking the lines, gutting the fish, but we'll see. So what I'll do, as always, I'll skip the video forward to where we arrive, and then we'll start laying our lines out. We'll see you real soon. Okay, so we're back on the fishing area. I've just laid one line. Unfortunately, the recording stopped. The nights get very, very dark, which obviously is fine, but they would need to improve the searchlights. I mean, the working lights here are on, and yeah, they don't look like they've done anything at all. And what I'd expect now is this guy there should be now baiting another line, because we have an available slot, and I think he wants to, but I think unfortunately he's got stuck again. So again, the pathfinding still looks like it's a little janky. Now what I'm going to try and do is reload the game and sometimes someone says if you save it, reload it, it will free them up. So I'll see if that's the case. I'll be back real soon. So yeah, I've reloaded. She's now putting my bucket in. So yeah, I think the problem is there is some pathfinding issues still. It's a bit of a shame. Hopefully they'll have another look at that. Give it another pass and try and improve that a little bit more. Meantime, we're going to use the night time to basically run up and down. Here there are a few rocks we better keep an eye open for, so I'd maybe stay this half. And we'll lay all as many lines as I can. I've got until about 11 o'clock when I have to start really thinking about soaking the lines, because I want to bring them all in before it gets dark. So I'll have a think about the best way to do that. And alright, I think what I'll do is, there's not much else to see while I'm laying these lines down, so I'll cut the video until we're ready to start pulling them back in. So we'll see you again real soon. So we're talking about pathfinding, and we can see there's still a big problem with it. It could well be because the boat was moving and rocking in the 18-knot swell that he's got stuck. But obviously, my opinion is, if you have to stop to let them bait the buckets, you may as well come down and bait them yourself. The idea is they're supposed to do these jobs while we're moving. So I'm going to carry on. I've laid most of my lines, but we'll finish laying the lines. We'll put them in. We'll see what their other jobs are like, and maybe we'll experiment of how the boat works, if it's moving, if it's stopping. But yeah, it still needs a little bit of work, I think. Okay, I'll be back to you once I've laid the rest of these lines. Okay, welcome back. So we've laid all 20 lines. We put them into soak. With the crew, what I've done initially is I'm just going to see what they do if I've selected the long line hauling and the production line. Let's see if they will perform. So first thing, it's quite a swell, so we've got to get ourselves lined up onto that first buoy. And then we'll go down and see what they're doing. I've had to wait till daylight. Night time you're not going to see any of these buoys. Okay, so I haven't selected it to haul. Let's see if they'll move. Interestingly, because it's quite a strong swell, looks like it's gone under a boat. I was going to say, because it's such a strong swell, there's a lot of movement. I think that may affect the ability of the AI to find a pathfinding. I think this is where a lot of problems are coming in. The AI can't get to their route. Obviously I need to keep it on my buoy for long enough for them to react to it. So that's gone, yeah, it's come this side, so we'll just hold here. So nobody at the moment is moving. The buoy's definitely in position, but it keeps bouncing off, so let's try and get a little bit better. I might have to just for purposes of testing, just make the weather calm down a little bit, but we'll try again. I did do this on a test run and it actually did work. They did walk down, but at the moment it looks like they're completely ignoring it. What I want to do is get onto that buoy and then hold it long enough to be able to go and see if the crew's actually responding, whether or not they're acknowledging there is a line in range. And if there is, it's almost certainly the pathfinding that's once again letting us down. Let's try and get back on there. What the heck, I've got rusty at this. This boat is not doing what it used to. I used to get onto it so much easier. I don't know if I've just got a bit of rusty. I think I'll put that down to my lack of practice. Let's try and get onto it now. Okay, hopefully that should get us on that. It should bounce this side. Right, so we are on it. We are on it and we've been on it for a little while. Yep, okay. So it looks like they're hauling. So let's go down and see what happens. So, yep, definitely they've automatically hauled it. We'll keep out of the way. They place it in the pot. Again, a long way round. Now this is a thing. Do they empty that pot? Yes, I thought so. So what they're doing is they're emptying it. Then they're going back across to hook the next fish. Ah, now that. And then they're coming across. Empty the pot. Although it looks like they're actually catching a fish, so they're not actually. Doesn't look like we're actually losing the fish. Ah, we lost that one. So really what we need to do, I think, is stop them trying to empty it and just literally get them to just hook. What they should really do is change it so once they're hooking, they just stay hooking until the entire line is in. That would be the much more effective way, because obviously we will lose our bonus. I mean, I wonder if I put it to gut, they'd actually go downstairs and gut. Okay, so they finished that. The fish have gone down. What we'll do, just as a matter of completion, let's now go to the crew and we'll drag gutting in there as well. So fish gutting, and they're doing that, and we'll drag fish sorting. Now what I actually did is I put 2 knives in the company because I was curious whether or not they would gut on 2 tables. There's 2 tables here. I can show you this. There's 2 tables, but I cannot use this table. It won't let me while they're gutting, so I just wondered if 2 people would gut. Obviously if it's multiplayer it's a lot easier, but it'd be pretty cool if I could gut at this table while they were gutting at that table, but it doesn't look like that's going to change anything. So no sorting going on at the moment. I've got 2 crew, and one of the crew has to be a supervisor, but again, I'm wondering why they're not here. They're not supervising anything. Why not just have it where one crew member can duck and one crew member can sort? But the animation's much better. I mean, last time we tried it, this whole gutting procedure wasn't working, period. So it's kind of cool that it is working, and it's working quite well, it looks like. I would be curious if I'm moving this boat, so if I'm sailing for another hook while they're gutting, whether or not again the pathfinding would get hooked up, they'd get trapped. But we'll see. We'll try that out in a moment. I'm just going to take you through the whole process. So at the moment, the baiting doesn't work because the pathfinding doesn't work when I was moving. But they will bait if you're stationary, and as long as they can get to the baiting buckets, it will work. The hauling of a long line worked. Transfer and production did work, but you don't want to do it at the same time as they're hooking the fish. Gutting is working fine, and hopefully the sorting will work as well. Seems to be a lot of fish on that one hook. One thing that still hasn't worked though is we have no way of seeing what fish we have in stock. Because we can't store the fish, they're in the box, you actually have no way of knowing how much you've caught, what type of fish. So again, that's something I'm sure they're going to improve. Here we go, and there she goes, she's going in there. Oh, well, she was in here. Where did she go? Is that a ghost I saw? Let's see what the... So they think they're sorting. They actually believe they're sorting the fish, but... Let's go see if we can find where she's gone. Okay, so... There's one. Very much look like. Right, interesting. So again, looks like this guy wants to climb down, but he can't. So again, I suspect that because of the action of the waves, the pathfinding has actually gone wrong, unfortunately, because last time, yep, when they were going, they were sorting. So again, I would rather the crew just spawned to the location and did the animation if it's this much chaos, because obviously if that guy's walking along the deck, he has to account for the movement of the boat, which is up and down, left and right, and forwards and backwards, depending if I'm under power. And if that's going to confuse the pathfinding, it's better just to spawn them in. I'd rather have a more efficient operation where the crew actually did the job. At the moment, it just seems very clumsy, very, very sort of half-baked. What I'll do very quickly, let's save this game, and we'll reload it and see if that changes anything. Someone said if you reload, it will sometimes free them up. Okay, so game saved today. We'll come back out. And we'll just back to main menu, we'll just reload it and see if anything's changed. And then what we'll do, we'll try and just make it a little bit easier for them and just get them to do one job at a time. Who knows, the weather might be a little bit better, although, yeah, the weather does seem to save. She's just moved. Let's go see if we can find her. There they go. And sorting. So reloading, bingo, she's sorting. So it's a pathfinding problem. It is a pathfinding problem. So we'll let her finish that, and then we'll see if we can simplify a bit. What I'll do initially is I'll just get them to hook, and I will manually go down and empty the bin. and I get them to gut. I won't get them to sort. So let's just go to the company. We'll remove that. So we now fish gutting, fish sorting, and once she's finished sorting the fish, I will remove that as well. It is cool when it works. That's the thing. When it works, it's brilliant to watch. It's just, you know, you just feel like you've got a crew. Okay, I'm gonna shut that door. Actually, I might as well wait and just see when she's finished. Now, can I help her? Yes, I can. All right, let's. See, unlike gutting, I can actually help her. There we go. So, sorting's done. Yep. See ya. Oi, shut the door. Can't you read? Okay, so what we'll do, let's go to crew. We'll get rid of the, let's try what happens if we get rid of the fish sorting for a moment. And we'll just leave them to gut and long line. Let's see if that works. And I'll do the middle bit of, I just, every so often I will just empty the production. Okay. So, there's one there. Let's get it. We'll do a few of these. I'm not going to make you, again, watch me go through the whole process of hooking everything. But it's interesting to see, get some ideas. If you guys know there's any way we can use both gutting tables at once, if you've managed to do it, apart from multiplayer, obviously, either by placing a second knife somewhere, or if there's a certain way you can do it, you've had success. Like I said, I tried, I didn't, but it'd be interesting to know if it is a possibility. Crikey, this boat does not want to turn today. Really doesn't. That's just not being cooperative at all with me today. The wind's coming from the north, so I guess it's sort of blowing me a little bit, but I'm actually, it should be blowing me onto that thing. It seems to be complete opposite. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves going forward. Again, I wish there was a way I could zero the throttle without actually having to cut the engine. Sometimes cutting the engine seems the quickest way. Right, there she goes. Oh, no, missed it. Come back. You got it? Yep, she's hooking it. So now what I've done is I can't zoom in, can I? Let's see if we can get, there we go. Let's see what she does. Now I haven't got to do the production. I'm hoping she'll just go straight back, and hopefully we won't miss any fish now. No, she's still emptying it, and I haven't got that set to the production line, so that's not particularly great. She's completely ignoring what I've asked her to do. Unless I've made a mistake, I don't think I have. No, long line hauling fish gutting, that is not on there, so why are they doing it? I don't want them to do it. Because what it's doing is it's making me miss fish. I'm getting some bonus though. Okay. Very interesting. Will she go downstairs and gut? Let's go and have a look. I'm just curious whether or not they're actually going to be gutting these fish or not. Just for my own curiosity. Let's have a quick look. Yep, he's gutting the fish this time. Okay, so we'll leave him to it. So she was hooking them, he was gutting them. I'll leave us sorting until we've got a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not sure why that production long line was transferred, but okay, let's we'll head up these lower line along the to the south of me. These were laid quite late, so what I'll do is I'll pick up this group here going across there, then I'll go up here, come back down, then along, finish off on that diagonal. Alright, I'll do a couple more and then we'll set them up to sort and see if they both get on with it. I'm not sure how I would really efficiently use them. Now we've got the auto hook, I suppose I could hook. You can't really drive the boat while they're pulling the catch in. So I guess I could auto hook. I could be hooking them, transfer them down and leave those guys just set up on the gutting and the sorting. So I could just get going to the next line. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, I think. Because in the time I've watched them hook, I could have been doing it myself. It's not this little cluster, it's that group of 3 up there that I want. And the other thing is, it's a very mild comment, is if their hooking has been selected as an option, surely that person should be near the winch. Otherwise, I've got to hold the boat much closer to these buoys for longer. Whereas if they're right next to it, we'll be hoping they'd be hooking much quicker. See, I'm coming in. Surely when that circle appears, they should be getting themselves into position. So I've overshot that. Let's come back onto it a bit. Right. Okay. Yep, brilliant. Well done. So that is working a lot better than it was. So that's good. It's good. And he's going to go down and start gutting them. So, yeah, all right. Getting some bonus. Yeah, she's not missed one yet, even though she's taken a painfully long time. But in fairness, she's not missed a fish yet. So, what did I speak to? Oh no, that's that. Okay, interesting. And again, the other guy's gutting. So what I will probably do, so he's just gutting. There's a big old stack of fish here. Oh, hello. And she now sorting, even though I haven't asked her to. No, she's just vanished. So let's introduce. They're probably going to really balk it by doing something mid-thing. Let's add sorting in. Let's remove long line hauling. And we will add production line transfer in because I'll be doing the hauling and they can do the they can just do the transfer. So yep, they're sorting and gutting. That's fine. And while they're doing that, I'm going to head on up and get on to the next hook. Let's see how this works. And then what I probably do is we'll jump forward to the last few lines. So I've just got to check my inventory. I'm in number 2. So with a haul, and I'll grab my trusty stick and see if we can get a bit of an operation going here. I don't know if it's only ever going to be those 2 crew, whether or not they will introduce where you get a little bit more. I don't think you need much bigger crew. There's obviously space for an engineer. Come on, get us on. Right, long line. Oh, let's go. This is what they should be doing, just banging them in, send them to a bleeding tank. Let's see if they move them, though. They might not even move them now. In fairness, they are busy downstairs doing their gutting and sorting. That's going to take a while, but what I'll do is I will leave that tank just to fill up and see if they will eventually come back and look at it as a job that needs doing. That's it. Okay. Oh, yep. Brilliant. And down they go, hopefully getting on with the job. And I'm going to get on to the next hook. So yep, that one. Sorry, I want that one. Nope, not that one. That one. Let's run up onto it. Should be fine. And then I think I'll pick up this cluster over here. Here we go. So I guess having the auto haul as well as an NPC crew actually isn't too bad an idea. Oh, can't see that one. It's going to struggle. Oh, got it. And personally, I am looking forward to the release of the crab fishing and the lobster fishing. One thing I was thinking of that would be a really good idea, and they've done it on their previous two games, is on this map, these boys put numbers on them. And also they used to have a sort of a colour guide so you knew how long they'd been soaking. Much, much easier for me to work out which line I have to pick up next. Anyone seen me that? I think I may have missed that. Oh, there it is. Got it. Problem is, yeah, I read someone said the line cut through the boat. I don't really see how they can do anything about that. I can't see how they can have the physics to have that line dragging alongside the edge of a boat. Is that it? Good. Have they emptied that yet? Not yet. I'll leave them to it. They can come down and do it when they're ready. I'll get on to the next line. I think that line up there we can do, just that one behind us. Okay, what I'll do is I'll hook this one and we'll go downstairs and we'll see if they've got stuck again. They could still be busy doing their gutting work, so I'm not gonna worry too much. So this is really missing. If you, I don't know, it could be a graphics setting, but when you plunge over a wave, that nose, the bow digs in. I would really love to see a big spray of water coming off there. At the moment, it just feels a little bit, yeah, bathtub. But again, I'm not at the highest graphics setting, unfortunately. My this computer can cope with that. So maybe that happens. I don't know if any of you guys play in higher settings and you can confirm or deny that. Come on. Oh, the fish have gone. So I guess someone sneaked up and did that while I was busy. Crikey. Oh, yeah, it's got it. Let's go. And then we'll go downstairs and see if they've been doing their job or not. We'll soon see. And then what I probably will do is just jump ahead a bit. Oh, I missed that one.
I'm guessing their skill level at gutting and how quick they hook, I guess, will when they flesh out the skill and experience rate. And there you go, you're sending that down. Brilliant. So I guess there's no gutting for you to do. Let's come down and see what's going on down there. So you're gutting brilliantly, and you've been doing a fine job of sorting. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, it seems to be working. Got a nice system going now. So really, it's just the baiting that's a bit of a letdown. But really, to be honest, if you're gonna have to bait and throw the line yourself, you have to throw the line. You may as well just bait it yourself. It literally takes 5 seconds. What I'd like them to do is be able to bait the line and then throw the line. But that's something for another time. Right, what I'll do is I'll skip forward and I'll hoover up the rest of these, and we'll get back to port and we can hopefully demonstrate the unloading of the crane. Okay, so I'll see you all real soon. Okay, so quick progress report. When they were gutting and just doing long line, sorting, sorry, worked perfectly. I did try and put them back on hooking, and then what happened is the whole process ground to a halt. The pathfinding failed. They didn't hook. They didn't transfer the fish. No gutting, no sorting. Reloaded the game. It started to work. Very quick, I'm just showing you here. This is night time. I've got every single light on. The searchlights are on, and you can see absolutely nothing. There's a buoy just there. I'm going to use the nav to get me close to it and just show you. The searchlight needs to work better. This is, it's not doing anything. Absolutely nothing. We're talking a few meters from that buoy, really. We should be seeing something by now. Remember, those buoys are also equipped with lights. So again, you'd expect to see a flashing light out there. You can just see it in the center screen. I can't really put anything on it, but literally it's that little orange blip. There's no light on it. There's certainly no light that I can see. We'll bring it closer and it might illuminate a bit, and you can maybe see it's just off our bow. But again, we're next to it. But again, really, considering that's meant to have a flashing light or some sort of beacon on it, that's impossible. So the nights being dark is absolutely fine, but we need lights. It's like having a candle out here. Anyway, I'll haul this last fish in, and then what we'll do, we'll get back to port, and we'll get moving. So what I would recommend with the crew at the moment, until they do further patches, is just use the crew for the gutting and the sorting. They do that really well, probably because there's not a lot of pathfinding involved. But once you start getting them to walk around the boat and they're having to walk from one end to another, or walk from a sorting room or a gutting room back to the long liner, it quickly falls down. So big improvement from last time, but hopefully we'll see a few more patches and that'll get tidied up, especially with pathfinding. Right, that was the last line. What I'll do is I'm going to get us back to port and I'll meet you there. Okay, so I've opened up the cargo hatch. You can see the boxes waiting. So what we'll do is just unload the fish now with the crane. It's a dedicated area. I did arrive here late at night, but unfortunately it's so dark I couldn't see the area I needed to dock in, so I had to jump forward to daytime. So what we'll do, we'll just get this unloaded and then go and see how much we've made for it. Unfortunately, there's no way of knowing how much fish we've caught. The inventory will still show as empty at the moment. Okay, so we've unloaded the fish box. A little bit rusty on my crane operations as well. Now to sell the fish, what we would do is see if there's nothing shown in the inventory, we would click sell all fish boxes, and that would sell them a report. So we click that, and we can see we've made about 200,000. That's gone up to 128. Okay, so I'm going to leave that video there now. Yeah, so overall, the AI crew have got some use now. They're a lot better. One thing you notice, if you want to shut that, it won't let you clear the cargo area because she's standing there. So the only way we get rid of them is we would literally go to the crew and remove them from the ship, and then you could shut that cargo area. But as I said, the AI has uses now, so hope you've enjoyed the video, hope you found some of it useful. Any comments, as always, please leave anything or questions below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.